Good morning. So we'll go for the next transformation. Let me take a new package. Yeah. So I'll go with merge transformation. Okay. So now what is the purpose of merge transformation means? So for an example, I have some data where it is exactly coming from two different branches actually. Okay, so you can take any information. Okay, so which are basically coming from two branches. So one branch is giving me the Excel data, the another branch is giving let's say CSV or flat file, or maybe you can take a DB also, database also. Okay, so now both are related to the same, same shop or whatever it is. Okay, and that data, okay, so whatever I'm getting from both the branches, right, I need to combine it and send it into a one particular table. Okay, because both are belongs to one particular company or a shop, right? Okay, but each shop is giving the data in different formats actually. Okay, now in such a cases, how will you merge the data if the sources are, if we are getting two different sources, or it can be same sources also, two Excel files or one Excel and one DB, or one Excel or one CSV, or two flat files, anything you can take. Okay, if that's the situation, so then we'll go for merge transformation to merge the data from two different sources. Okay, and your merge will always expect two inputs, guys, not more than that. Okay, so it should not be one, but it should be more than two actually. It should be exactly two, then only we can able to merge the data. Clear? And also one more thing, for a merge transformation, there is one more thing is required. From both the sources, right, at least one column needs to be sorted. Okay, at least one column needs to be sorted. Any column you can take. So generally we will take an integer column, so because the sorting is easy. But in this case you can take a character column also. Okay, so any column you can take, but at least one column needs to be sorted, then only your merge transformation can be performed. Okay, this is very important question in the interview. Okay, so what is the main purpose of merge transformation is, so to combine two different sources or same source of data into single data set, and that data set will get dumped into the final table. And the prerequisite for merge transformation is, first thing is, both the source data should be, both the source data should be having same structure, guys. Okay, like your union all is there, no? So that required the same structures, right, between two or more tables. But here, as we are as merge is accepting only two inputs, so both the inputs structures should be same. Okay, so if you have 10 columns in first source, there should be a same number of columns in the second source as well. Okay, and the second prerequisite should be the what you can say, yeah, it required a sorted input. Okay, it required a sorted input from both the sources, so then only we can perform merge transformation. Clear, guys? What is the purpose of this? Hello? Okay, fine. So now we'll prepare two sources here. Okay, now before that, let's connect to SQL Server and get the data from any of the tables which is already exists. You can also take from, not only from Excel, so but also from tables also we can able to bring it. Okay, so you tell me which one I'll choose, like Should I go with Excel flat files or should I go with DB's data?
DB's data.
Sorry.
DB data.
Okay, so previously we are done with Excel and CSVs, right? So I'll give you an example with DBs, okay, and in the similar way you go and try with Excel. Okay, now what I will do is I'll keep one table in AdventureWorks, the another table in MSBA 17th. Okay, now we'll try to read from here and here, and we'll combine it, and finally we'll put it in the SSIS table. Clear? Hello? Yeah. Okay. Now go to tables.
Yes,
Let's choose any of the table, guys. Okay. I'll go with order details table. Okay. Okay, there are almost like 1,21,317 rows are there. So what I will do is, okay, I'll go and keep this data in another database as well. Okay, how do you do that?
Here we have row guide and you said
Let it be, no problem. Let it be. If you okay, let's do one thing. I'll go and remove these two columns. Remaining things will dump. Okay. Now, how do you do that? If I need the same data and the table information in another table, another DB table.
select star into
Next, star.
New table name.
What I will do, I'll put the table name like sales order details. Okay, let it be the same table name, no problem. Then from
database.
existing table name. This existing table.
Database name dot schema name dot table name, correct? Also, I just need only use these columns, right? Let's keep the same. Okay, so now I do have same sources like DB tables, but both are coming from two different databases, correct? Now I need to send this data to where? To my SSIS DB. Okay, now if you see, do we have the structure same between this database table and the other database table? Array, I think we are dumped into AdventureWorks. Yeah, so we need to dump it into MSBA, right? Okay, done. So now what is the difference between this database table and the AdventureWorks database table, guys? Does the structures are same or different?
No.
Okay.
It's different, no? There we have a row guide ID plus modified date, but here we do not have. Okay, still it is fine. What you can do, see, generally, generic times they will say like the structure should be same, but what you can do, even though the structures are not same, so in the source level we can uncheck the columns, right? Whatever it is not required. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, we can uncheck and we can make sure the structure should be same between two sources. Okay, that is possible, guys. Now, so if I need to dump this both the tables data, I required a structure, exactly. So I required a structure in the destination table. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just create a new table. Okay, in SSIS DB with the 0 rows. Okay, only structure has been created. Everyone is clear?
Table
Name. Let it be, no problem. The same table name I'll take. This is my source. Two sources table names are same, and my destination table name also same. That is fine, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you see from both the database tables, so does the data is same or different?
It is the same. Different. Same.
No, it's same, right?
Same.
Because I dumped the same data, correct? So the data is same between two tables. Now let it be, no problem, because we cannot go and change the data right now. Okay, let it be the duplicates, but in a final destination, how many rows we should get it totally? It is 1 lakh
Like
121,317 plus 1,21,000 something, correct? So it will be
2,33.
nearly like 242. Okay, 63 4 something. Okay, so it should get double basically, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll go and check how to do this. Now as the sources are SQL. Okay, what is the connection manager I have to take? Tell me.
OLDB edition.
OLDB.
Should be
It's not
source.
destination. It should be source.
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 Okay, so it should be source. Okay. Now we'll also do one more thing. Merging data into SSIS DB table from two different tables, two DB tables. Okay, let's track this. Now you tell me how many connection managers will come totally.
Three.
Yeah, totally 3 will come. No, one is for ADV, the other one is for MSBI, and the next one will be SS. Okay, two for sources, the other is one for destination. Yeah, I'll make a new OLDB connection. So anyway, SSIS is there. Okay, to make it meaningful, what I will do here, I'll make it as a destination. These are very simple transformations, guys. You no need to, if you at least listen once, so it will be easy to do it actually. Okay, so just concentrate on it. Yeah. Now I'll go with another connection. So new, and I'll take it as AdventureWorks test connection. This is let's make it a source one now. And again new connection. I'll directly go with new OLDB connection. New. And what is the database name? MSBA. So, and this one I'll make it as source. Okay, so now our connection, see, always whenever you're going to create a package, right, first and foremost thing is to create the source connections. Okay, that is very important. Okay, then you can easily build your package. Now let's take the source assistant, or maybe the source assistant is not working fine for your OLDB. So I'll take directly OLDB data source. So how many we have to take now? Two. So one and then two. I'll also name it like this is ADV source one table. This is MSBI source two. Okay, now so we need to configure it. Okay, so why? Because so we have to give a connection between the source to this transformation. I mean the source transformation. So now see, automatically it has been taken destination. Okay, so why it is to choosing the destination means, see, this is the first connection we made, right? That is it is in a ascending order. Okay, so always it will choose the first connection. So what you need to do is you need to go and change it. Okay, now we need to read from the table, no? So go and select the table whichever you want. So our sales dot order details, this is the one. Now what we need to do here in the AdventureWorks, what we decided?
Uncheck the row guide.
Uncheck the row guide
Yes.
and modify.
Uncheck this row ID row guide and then modified date.
Modified date.
And here you can just see here also it is choosing the same. Let's go to select the second one and sales details. Sales order details. Do I need to uncheck anything here?
No.
Not required. Okay. So now once this is done, two sources has been configured. So what I said is your merge transformation is required a sorted input. Okay. So I'll show you. Let's connect to this one. See. So it is asking, okay, which is input one and which is input two. Why? Because why it is asking this question is, so when we are performing a unional operation, okay, which table columns will appear in the final result set?
First table.
First table, correct? So
Yes,
select
sir.
star from A, union all, select star from B means first table columns will gonna appear, correct? So in the similar way here also, for the final mapping purpose, for the final destination, okay, we need the columns mappings, right? So if you are giving two inputs, it really don't know which column, because maybe the column names might be different between both the sources, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the data type should be same. The corresponding data type should be same as like your set operators, but the column names can be different, no problem. Okay. But still we can able to merge it. So in such a case, for the mapping, you tell me. So if both the column names are same, that is fine. Okay. But still you have to select which is input one and input two, so that finally it will give you, it will take the column names from any one of the source. Okay. The input one, and that will be used for your mapping purpose, guys. Are you clear what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Once again.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, here in the merge transformation, we need to select which is the input one and which is the input two. Why? Because so in the final mapping in the OLDB destination, right? While you are mapping, you need to anyway we have the destination columns, okay, and we also we are getting two sources input columns. Okay, so when you are giving two sources input columns, so the SSIS will not understand from where to where it has to map. So that's why when you are merging, right? So we have to take either of the one table columns so that we can merge it easily. Okay. Now, if you choose input one, okay, when you choose merge input one, and these columns will be represented in the final mapping. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now this is one, and it will automatically choose it as a two, guys. Okay, you don't need to do that. Yeah. Now see, still it is throwing an error actually. So it is saying that see merge input one must be sorted. See, here it is showing that merge input must be sorted. If possible, sort the data in the source level. Okay. So as it required a sorted input, what you need to do is first delete these two connections and right click delete, or you can just select it and in the keyboard level you can use a delete option to delete it. Now before configuring this merge transformation, right? So what you can do is go for start transformation. There is a start transformation which we have. Okay, and you can take multiple times because each source should be sorted with at least one column. As I said, take take it into take it and connect to the source sort transformation and double click on the sort, guys. See, you have all the columns here. You take any one of the column, okay, and select any ascending or descending. See, here we have an option to select ascending or descending. Clear? Now there is another option here. Okay, remove rows with duplicate start values. Okay, so in SSIS level, if you want to remove duplicates, so where you want to remove the duplicates? Will it be in the destination level or a source level?
Source level.
Exactly. Okay, don't think that it will be in the destination table. It will be in the source file, guys. If at all there is a duplicate IDs, okay, now if you want to remove that duplicate values, then you can check in this option. Now, on what basis, how many, see in CTE level, if I need to delete on based upon 5 columns, what we will do?
Partition by all the columns.
Exactly. So we'll keep all 5 columns in the partition by class. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now here also, if I want to delete based upon the number of columns, now all those columns should be there in your selection. Okay. Now if I check in this option, now the duplicates will be depending on deletion will be depending on what?
3 columns.
3 columns. Exactly. This is what you need to remember, guys. Now I'll go and do it with first option. Okay. Now anyway, we do not have any duplicates there. Okay. So I'll just uncheck that column. But do remember, in sort transformation, we have an option to remove the duplicates in the source level, not in the destination. Okay. So if you want to do it in the destination level, the only option which we have is our CTE. Clear? See, this transformation is very, very simple, no? Sort transformation. Yes? Yeah. Let's click on OK. Now here also, let's select one column and click on OK. Now both the columns are sorted in each of the inputs. Now from the sort, you can try to give a connection to your merge transformation and make it as which is the input one and which is input two. Now can you see the cross symbol has been gone? Okay. Now you no need to configure this merge transformation if the sources are same. I mean the what you can say if it is a tables. Okay. But if it is different data types, I'll tell you what needs to be done. So let's open it. So still you can open it. Can you see? This is the input one. I'll just yeah, this is the input one. This is the input two. This is the output columns, guys. What is meant by output columns?
Select on input 1.
Yes, yes. When you merge this one and this one, first and second one, right? Okay. So finally, it will take these columns, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Why my sort keys went here?
Anna, you taken sorting on similar columns. No, no, we can take on different columns also, right?
It should be like the same column always in both the tables. I mean sources. Okay. Don't take another columns. So if you're taking on product ID, take product ID only. Don't take any other columns. Okay.
But if the data is different, Anna, maybe one place it is, let us take student ID, and one place it is registration ID. Let us take the data type is the data type is same.
Then it is fine. Then it is fine. So so you mean to say here also we are getting IDs, there also we are getting IDs, but the column names are different, correct?
Yes.
Yes, in such a case you can go and do that, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now when you are merging, the output columns will be taken from merge input one, and the similar way here it is showing that. Okay. Now finally, which columns you need to use means these columns you need to use, guys. Okay. Now this is very easy to understand, but let's take Excel file or a notepad file and all. Sorry, notepad, not, yeah, I mean CSVs or anything. For an example, I'm taking an Excel file, guys. And here also I'm just taking a flat file. And see, you need to do this. I'm just giving a clue. So what exactly, because it's a bit different compared to taking the DB tables. So Excel and flat file, and then your DB table. Okay. Now you tell me, when I'm taking Excel source and the flat file source, what is the next step you need to do?
I need to convert the data.
Exactly. So first you need to make just convert the data types. Okay. Convert the data types according to what?
First,
Excel.
Sorry.
destination.
Yeah. Based upon the DB, correct? Data types based on DB table. So both the sources, no? Hello?
Yes.
In source level, not in source columns or level, anything you can take. So by using what transformation?
Data conversion.
Data conversion.
Data conversion. So once the conversion is done, and make sure, yes, make sure both the columns, should have the same data, corresponding columns should have the same data type. Then you can immediately go with the sort transformation. You can sort it. Finally,
Destination.
no,
Merge.
you need to merge it. No,
In sort we are doing now, sir.
no, when
Okay,
you are
okay,
doing
okay.
your merge required a sort, so that's why we are doing sort.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we need to merge finally the destination table. So here we will do only one merge, guys, but I'm writing multiple times. I'll just make it as one merge. Okay, so let's do one thing. Okay, so we'll merge it and the final destination, it will go on done. Okay, clear? Are you clear? When you're taking Excel and flat file, what exactly needs to be done? Because the source files, see, if the data type is same, no problem, but definitely between Excel and flat file, the data types will be must and should, it will be different, correct? Because Excel will choose the future data types and the flat file will choose what?
Exact data type.
What? No,
String data.
string data type, right? Any data type, any column it will be, but still it will choose it as a string data type, correct?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So we need to make it accordingly based upon the destination table. After that, you need to sort and then merge. Okay. So now, when you're converting here, no. So for sorting, what columns you have to take? Tell me.
ID columns.
What ID columns?
It should be an integer.
No, just think. Let it be. Yeah, let it be the integer or a character. That's fine. You just need to think once.
Common data type.
Okay, that's fine.
The column we have sorted.
No. No, not for merge. I am asking. I'm for sorting purpose. Which column we have to take?
C
See,
column.
in the source level, we are getting a columns, and then we are converting it. After conversion, what columns we have to take for sort?
Copy of the columns.
Exactly. That's what. You should not take the original column. No.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you need to take the after converting whatever the columns we have. So you need to take those. Correct. And you need to make the conversion. Sorry, you need to make the sorting. Clear?
In Excel now, sir.
Yeah, not only in Excel, here also, no?
We
Because
don't get copy no, sir, in flat source.
yeah, so in a flat file level, if you have done the conversion in the source level itself, you will not get it. Okay, you will get the same original column, because in the original columns itself, it will make the changes. But if you take a data conversion for it, then
We
copy
get
of columns, we'll
yes.
get the copy of columns. Okay, so in this case, it's better to go with the data conversion. Why? Because while merging, right, both will have the similar column names. Okay,
sir.
so it will be easy to understand.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and finally, what columns you'll get as output columns for mapping purpose?
First inputs.
First source.
Yeah, whichever you take, either Excel or flat file, whichever table, I mean source, you will take it as a input one. Those columns will come as a output columns for mapping purpose. Okay, so these things you need to make sure, guys. Okay, whether you are getting the proper or not, you need to make sure that. Yeah.
Bro, when we make a copy of columns in both the flat files and source files, when mapping to output table, it will automatically choose copy columns and also the main columns, right?
In the final final mapping.
In final mapping, if we choose like a data conversion, the mapping will happen between copy columns and also this main columns means
Yeah, in the source level, it will be displaying both original columns as well as copy of columns. Okay, in the destination level, you have your original columns. Now you need to manually make the mappings between copy of columns to your destination table columns.
when it has means equal number of rows in means when we are mapping means converting the data types in conversion, it will automatically make copies of those, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it will be like equals to means source 1 equals to source 2 means both the columns means conversion after conversion both will be having the same number of rows, but your
Rows or columns?
columns sorry.
Correct.
In output how to map means it will be like more number of columns, right?
Okay, you mean to say that in the source 1 and source 2, after data conversion, the columns will get double, correct?
Yeah.
So which means original columns also there, copy of columns also there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, once you are sorting and then you are merging, right? So in such a case, so you just map only the copy of columns, okay? You just match only the copy of columns. Now into the final destination, I mean, when you are mapping, right? Yeah, as you said, we will have in the left hand side, in the source level, we will have original columns as well as copy of columns. Okay. So for
Yeah.
mapping purpose, what exactly columns we have to take?
A copy with the original columns in
Yes,
this.
copy with the original columns. You do that mapping. See, because the mapping doesn't require the exact number of columns in source and destination. Okay. So which transformation is required the exact number of columns? Which transformation is required the exact number of columns to merge?
Uh,
You
I
didn't
will
get my
go with
question?
the, yeah, we will go with the destination columns, right?
No, that is fine. I'm not talking about the mapping. See, mapping doesn't require the same structure between source and destination. Okay, okay. So we can map it, no problem. But what I'm trying to ask is, okay. So if I want to merge the data, okay, if I want to merge the data, only for merge transformation, okay, we require the exact number of columns here and there, correct?
Okay, means
Yeah.
no means column names are not compulsory, right?
Yes. No, not column names. The number of columns for merge transformation should be same, not
Okay.
for the mapping purpose.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So it can be n number of columns, but so according to your destination, you go and map it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, so here we are not converting anything. Okay. We are not converting anything. Why? Because here also DB, here also DB, final destination also DB. So the data types will be similar, no?
Yeah.
So that's the case. So I'm not converting any data types here. So that's where we will have same column names here. But if you are going with two Excels or two flat files and all, so you will have two things. Okay. So one is the original columns and the below you will get the copy of columns as well. Two sets you will get, guys. Okay. But finally, you need to map the copy of columns to your final destination. Okay, so you try this. Okay, it's not complex thing, but you just need to think it off once and do it, and let me know if you'll not get anything. You can just ping me. Anyway, it is Saturday, right? So I'll be available, so you can ping me, and I'll just tell you what needs to be done.
Bro, you mentioned like set operators in this.
No, I'm
Right?
not mentioning, I'm just giving an example actually. Okay, how it will perform. Okay,
Okay,
it's act like a set operator, but set operator you can able to do for n number of tables, but here only two sources.
yeah. Means it is use means advisable to keep the source one as a whole data, right?
What all data?
అంటే అప్పుడే మీరు సెట్ ఆపరేటర్స్ అన్నారు అంటే ఫస్ట్ వచ్చేసి మెయిన్ ఒక డేటా తీసుకుంటుంది తర్వాత దాని కింద ఇది రెండో సోర్స్ది డంప్ చేస్తుంది అన్నట్టు కదా.
ఈ టేబుల్ ఈ సోర్స్ లో ఉన్న డేటా ఈ టేబుల్ లో ఉన్న డేటా రెండు సోర్స్ లో ఉండేవి 1 by 1 కంబైన్డ్ అయ్యి ఓకే డేటా సెట్ 1 అండ్ డేటా సెట్ 2 రెండు ఇప్పుడు యూనియన్ అంటే ఏం చేస్తుంది జనరల్ గా పైన కింద ఉన్న డేటాని కంబైన్ చేస్తుంది కదా
బ్రో కంబైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు
కంబైన్ చేసిన డేటాని ఎత్తుకోపోయి ఒక టేబుల్ లో వేస్తాం
సోర్స్ 1 లో ఉన్నది మొత్తం ఒకసారి చూపించి లాస్ట్ లో సోర్స్ 2 ని చూపిస్తుంది కదా
అట్లా ఎస్ కరెక్ట్ ఆఫ్టర్ మెర్జింగ్ first source 1 data will be there and immediately the source 2 data also will be there. I'll show you. Okay, before dumping the data, if I want to preview the data, what you need to do? Yes, go for a derived column and give a connection, data path connection, and right click enable the data. I'll show you how the data looks like. Let's start the package. Can you see from both the DBs tables? So I'm getting these many. Okay, now we just need to continue. So why I'm just clicking on this button means, so in the preview level, so it cannot show you the complete result set actually. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay. So now it is trying to execute. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so it is trying to execute. And here I'm clicking on this button. Why? Because in the preview level it cannot show you the complete result set because it can fit only yeah, I think it can show you. So here it is showing rows can be displayed only 9,557. That's it. Okay, can you see now the total number of rows? So here it is getting 121,317, here 121,317. It is getting doubled. Okay, after merging. So here you can see the total number of rows are these, but only this kind of a catchy, guys. Okay, whatever it is showing, and it is only displaying only this many. Okay, maximum is 977 something. So once that 977 is finished, okay, so the remaining rows it is showing like 3790. Okay, but in a one page level, so that 977 some number it gave, right? Only those many rows it can able to capture, okay, at a time. Okay, but it is showing the total number of rows. Now this is source 1 data first, then source 2 data. That is how it will combine, but the data will be in a sorted format because we are done the sorting, right? The data will be in sorted format. First table, first source data, then below that the second table data will be there, okay, in a sorted format. And once this combined data it is available for us, what you can do is, so you can just go on, what you can do,
dump into SSIS.
yes, dumping to SSIS table, I mean database. So choose the destination, anyway it has been chosen, and sales order details, mappings. See here, as the columns are exactly same, no need to map it. But when you're taking Excel CSVs, then you have to take here copy of columns.
Copy.
Correct? In the left hand side, copy of columns you have to take. Okay, so here it is throwing an error saying that failure inserting into read only column sales order details ID. So what is meant by this?
Header.
What is meant
We
by
cannot edit, sir. We can only read.
no?
A permission set to read only.
No, మొన్నే చెప్పాను నేను ఈ ఎర్రర్ వస్తే ఏంటి అని. Failure inserting into read only column
Sir,
sales order detail.
It is already open.
Maybe identity column is there.
Maybe కాదు, identity column ఉంది దాని మీద. So we have an identity column on top of the destination table. So but when you're mapping, you see I'm trying to push sales order ID also. Okay, so which is not the case, no? In identity it is automatic generation number, right? Yes. So, but we are trying to map it, which means it is externally pushing a value into it. So which should not be the case. So now in the connection manager level, so there is an option called keep identity. So which means from the source files, whatever value you are getting, you go and push the same data. Okay, you don't give any numbers. Okay, so whatever it is giving from the source, you try to push the data. So which means we need to enable the identity, you know. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We need to enable the identity. Okay, so just make this one as a keep identity and click on OK. Now that is gone. Clear? So when you're previewing, I'm not getting any data, but when I'm configuring the OLDB destination, see, we are getting that failure option. So it's because of the identity. While previewing, we don't have such constraint, right? Yes. Yeah. Let's
Yes,
go and run it and you see. See, these many rows has been transferred, and you go and run the table in SSIS DB. Now you can see totally 121. Why 121? It should be more, no? Okay.
The adventures, no?
Again, it will go and giving the data from adventure works. So now you can see 2,42,000. So let it be the duplicates, no problem. Okay. So, but it got dumped both the files data. Clear?
And now suppose if we have enabled remove duplicates when we are performing in source level connection, and in such case we'll get only 1,21,317 rows.
No. So see, I'm applying a sort transformation for this particular source separately, for this particular source separately, correct? Now, when you are keeping a duplicates removation there, okay, then if at all there is a duplicate in ADV source 1, that data will get removed. Okay, and it will not get removed in the source level, but it will be ignored, I can say. Okay, and here also it will get
distinct of each sources, right?
Exactly.
It consider the distance of each sources and merge it. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. This table data distinctly, this data distinctly, and then it will finally merge it. Okay, so that is how it will be. Okay,
Bro, one thing, after merging, hello.
yes, go ahead. After
Yeah,
merging, you
after
want me to
merging,
sort?
yeah, if we sort, the duplicates will be removed.
Yes,
or what?
it will get removed. Yes, it will get removed. So for an example, I'll go with one more sort transformation. See, you can use n number of times the sort transform, whatever transformations you want. See, let's choose sales order ID. I'll make a remove duplication, guys. Okay, now finally we'll go and dump the data. Mappings are always required, and keep this identity. Let's truncate the table. Okay, now only what? How many rows?
Distinct 1,21,370.
We are performing based on only
in that
ID, right? Based on ID only.
Okay, I think I'll tell you the reason why it is dumping only few rows. Why? Because see, just a second. I think this is the identity column. Let me just check which is the identity. Okay, sales order details is identity, guys. Okay, so here we have a primary key. This is a foreign key of other table. Okay, Now here we have so many duplicates actually, because in foreign key column we will have more than one value, no? So if you want, I can show you. In adventure works table, I can show you. Can you see? For one order ID, there will be a number of order details. Okay, so that's where it got removed these all the transactions, as it is considering it as a duplicate. That's why, because we are deleting based upon one column. No, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but generally nobody will. Yeah.
Suppose if we check sales order ID, sales order detail ID, both, then it will give the distinct
Yes,
of these
then it
two
will give
rows.
you the distinct. So you can just see.
Okay.
Okay, now you can see. I'm not truncating anything. You can see the difference in the final. Can you see now it is different? Earlier 36,000 something, no? Now it is 1,25,000. Because the distinction will be based upon how many number of columns now?
21.
Both the columns, correct?
Both the two these
So
two
now
columns.
it cannot remove it, no? So when you go to here, see this is a one combination, and this is group 2, group 3. So it cannot remove, no? So that's what I said. The duplication depends. Sorry, the duplication removal will be depends on the number of columns what you selected in your sort transformation. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Bro, does a lookup means there is option, right? A lookup option. Means will it do means other than this means
Yes,
sorting
it's
in
a
such a
different
way
thing. It's a different thing. Lookup transformation is a complete different transformation. Okay, we'll talk about it. So you got it, guys. Merge transformation very, very important. Okay. ఎక్కువ ఇంటర్వ్యూలు అడుగుతానే ఉంటారు కంటిన్యూగా. Okay. So can someone explain what you exactly? Yeah. Go ahead.
So one source is in DB, one source in flat file. Is it will take, sir, or what?
Yeah, you can take one source as a DB and one source as a flat file you can take. But only the thing what you need to remember is, okay, see here also DB, here also your destination also DB, correct? So you no need to do any conversions here. Okay, but if there is a different data types, definitely you need to do. Okay, understand? Now when it comes to flat file, your flat file will give you always strings, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now based upon your old DB destination table, you need to make the conversions here. For an example, your destination table also contains characters, all columns as character. Now do I need to convert this flat file source data? Hello? No, not required. No, what I'm trying to say, your destination table also have all the columns as characters only. In such a case, it is not required to convert it, because flat file will give always the data types as what? Characters only, correct? So that is so always, the conversion will be depending on what?
Source files,
No,
destination and source file,
Destination files.
depending on.
it will be depending on your destination table. Don't think like it will be depending on source. Why? Because see, in this case I have copied the same structure here and there to your destination table, so that no conversion is required. For an example, here for one of the column they had put it as varchar, and for the same column they had put it as a integer. Okay, so now definitely we need to do a conversion, right, based upon you, and your final destination required a input, sorry, integer column. Then what you need to do?
In
I need to convert
Where in source 1 or source 2?
in source 2.
So let just I'm just think about the question. Here the first column is character, here it is integer, and here it is integer.
In source one, we have
Source
to
one,
change into
source one.
int.
Yes, in
That's
source one,
right.
we have to change it into integer. What about source two?
It is
Already.
already
Already
there.
it's int.
Yeah, it is already in integer. So that's what I said.
Already
The
integer. No
corresponding
need to
column
change.
data type should be same. So here the conversion is required. So you understand on what situation we'll need to go for a data conversion? It will
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
always depends on your destination
Destination table.
table. Okay, whatever sources it is, let it be, no problem. Okay, so but your destination is based upon destination, you need to go and change it. So you just take another condition. See, here also I have Excel, here also I have Excel. Okay, now all the columns are containing characters, so that what data type it will choose?
Varchar.
No, it's not
Int.
varchar. No,
Streamed. Nvar.
Int
n
string.
varchar. Correct. There are
Okay.
10 columns, all are character columns. So it will choose it as a future data type, that is n varchar, correct?
Varchar.
Okay.
Yes.
In Varchar.
So now my destination table also while creating, I had put it as n varchar only, all 10 columns. Now do I need to do the conversion?
No,
No
sir.
need.
No need to.
So that is how it will be. Okay. So you need to understand when to go for a data conversion, when to not go for a data conversion. It always depends on what?
Destination table.
Destination.
Destination.
Table. Yeah, destination table data types. That is how it will be. Let it be a data source as a table or a Excel or a flat file. That is fine, no problem. Okay, but it always depends on the destination table data types, guys. ఎందుకంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా మ్యాచ్ అవ్వాలి కదా. How can you map without the data types are similar? Correct? Yeah, that's the situation where you'll go for a data conversion, guys. Okay. Yeah. Now, can someone
Yes.
explain what is the purpose of a match? Okay, someone ante evaru chepparo. Let me ask.
My brain is out ఉంది.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Table
If
లో చేసి-
client is giving data with the two different sources,
Correct.
then we go for merge.
Sorry, can we?
For example, if a client gives some data in Excel and some data in flat file, and if he wants if he wants us to create a package, then we go for this merge transformation.
Exactly.
So,
Yes. So if you have two different sources, still you can merge it, but the only thing is make sure the data type should be similar after converting it.
but here merge we can only do for only two sources, right? Not more than two.
That's what. In place of source one and source two, I'm taking. I'm asking you to take Excel one, Excel source, and the flat file source. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So not more than two. Yes, correct.
If there are three, then we cannot do that, right?
Yeah, if there are three, we cannot do merge transformation. We have an option to do, but how to do that I'll show you. Okay, so for sure your merge will accept only two. Now after merging this one, right, so it will become as one output, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, now you take one more source,
One
OLDB
more
source,
source.
let's say. Okay,
Okay.
now what you can do,
Again, I do merge.
yes,
Resultant
Again, I do
along
merge
with
further.
yes, this source data, so it is converting into one
resultant.
data set, right? Now you sort this one,
Yes.
and here you
Yeah.
can take one more, like your
One more
join.
sort and merge.
Yes, one more sort, then merge, like that.
Merge. Yes.
Okay, which means again for one more merge, how many inputs I'm giving?
Two inputs.
Two inputs only, correct?
One is
Yes.
output
This
and
one
one is
input,
another.
this is another input. Likewise, you can able to
Yes.
merge. Okay, but you cannot merge three inputs at a time. You can see, I can just configure this one and show you whether it will accept or not. I'll show you. Let it be the same table, no problem. Sales order details. You can see all the available inputs on the target component are connected to outputs. Edit this component to define new input before proceeding. So which means it is saying that already two inputs are available for your merge transformation. If at all you need to create a new connection, you try to edit the existing one, which means remove the existing connections. So if you see, if I can remove this one, Now you can able to connect it. See. Okay. Clear?
So in a real time also, the more than two sources will do like this only, sir.
Yeah, see, most probably in real time, if it is a more than two sources, will not prefer the merge transformation. Okay, we will prefer union all transformation. Here we have. Can you see? Okay, because union all will accept more than one input. Okay, it can be 2, it can be 10, it can be 5, it can be 100, no problem. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, understand? So any other questions here?
Sir, what is difference between merge and union all?
Yeah, I'll show
Except.
you. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. Next.
బ్రో మర్జ్ లో ఫస్ట్ సోర్స్ లో ఏమన్నా మధ్యలో కాలమ్స్ మిస్ అయ్యాయి అనుకోండి, ఐడెంటిటీ లేదు, మిస్ అయ్యాయి కాలమ్స్, అంటే రోస్ మిస్ అయ్యాయి. సారీ, సోర్స్ 2 లో ఆర్డర్ వైజ్ ఉంది, కానీ స్టార్టింగ్ వచ్చేసి ఒక 5 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ సోర్స్ వచ్చేసి 1 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి స్కిప్ అయ్యి 6 కి, అంటే 6 రో నుంచి ఎండ్ అవుతుంది అలా. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అంటే డేటా సార్టింగ్ అవుతుందా లేదంటే జస్ట్
So you mean to say
1 బిలో?
here we have 1 to 6 rows, but between 2, 4, 5, 6 it is not there. 2, 4, 5 it is not there, correct? Now that 2, 4, 5 it is there in the source 2. Correct. Now finally how it will go and inserts into the table. Now in the final table it will be go and inserts like 1, 6, 2, 4, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that it will go and insert. If at all you need to merge that to 2, 3, 4 in between 1 and 6, then what you need to do is after merge you need to again perform a sorting. Understand? Clear?
Bro, thank you.
Yeah. Next.
Suppose if there are 5 columns in table 1, I mean in the source 1, and 5 columns in source 2, each column should be, respective column should be same data type. That's what the thing,
exactly.
Right?
Yes. The corresponding column data type should be exactly same. If it is not same, you go and convert it and then make sure both are same. Okay.
Now, can you give a scenario where exactly we can go for such things? Can you give a scenario? I mean, because suppose if we are merging, let us take sales details along with the product details. There it is not suitable, right?
That's what I am saying. Okay, so if it is in such a case, like in a one branch we should take 2 branches. Here also I should get sales details, there also I should get sales details only, then only we should go for a match. So for suppose there I am getting a sales details, but in the other branch they are giving a employee details, let's say employee of that particular shop, then how can you merge it? It's not possible, right? So similar kind of data set we should get from both the table, from both the inputs. Okay, but data set means here don't consider as a data, but the structure I am talking about. Okay, data anyway it will be different, right? Here and there the sales transactions are different here and there, correct? But finally ultimately it has to go and sits in one table. Such scenarios will go for a match for sure. The data, the corresponding data type columns, it will be same most probably. Okay, అలా లేకపోతే ఈ సినారియో ఉంది ఏంటంటే maybe the product name in the first source file is character, the another source file is nvarchar. Okay, now I can convert nvarchar to varchar, right? Or varchar to nvarchar, no, depends on my destination table.
Yes.
That is possible, right?
But Mari complete different, just like.
No, definitely it won't be different for sure. Okay, see, number of columns might be different. Okay, here 10, there 20, but those 10 columns definitely it will match for sure, then only we'll go for a match. See, same like your set operators lo kuda ante kada. Two data sets తీసుకున్నాం అంటే definitely we should have a matched number of columns, okay, with this corresponding data, then only I'll go and perform the set operator. Here also same case, if it is a 2 different files, no, I cannot go and merge it for sure. two different files ni asal merge cheyalem first of all. Okay, the only thing what you can do is you go and join it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, clear everyone, this merge transformation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the very next question on top of the merge transformation is, okay, now can we do the merge transformation without sort transformation? This is the next question, you will get it. Okay, yes, we can do that. How do you do that? Let me show you. Let's delete it. So without sort transformation, what you can do, in the source level we can do the sorting, guys. Okay, in the source level itself we can do the sorting on top of any column. Okay, I can show you how to do that. Right click on the source, go to show advanced editor. Okay, there we have an option to sort it. Right click on the edit source, click on source advanced editor. Okay, and do not consider about first 2-3 options. Okay, you can ignore it. Go for third one. Sorry. Go to fourth one, not third one. Okay, input and output properties. Here we need to set up one property actually. Okay, now click on the OLDB source output. Okay, click on the OLDB source output. Can you see there is an option called sorted property?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so just select the OLDB source output, make sorted property as true. So which means that sorted property has been set it as a true. Okay, but have you selected which column? No, right?
No.
So you also need to select the column as well. Now just click on this. You can see all the columns here, external external columns and output columns. Okay, now what you can do is, okay, you need to select the output columns. Okay, I think external output. 1 second. Sorry, you should not go for output columns. You should select from external. External means your source columns, guys. Okay, in the source level only we need to do no, correct?
Yes.
1 second.
We are taking source output.
1 second. Let me just think. External means source, correct? Output columns is nothing but this. Okay, sorry. So the thing is, external means your source columns. External source means your table only. Okay, no problem. But what it is saying, here is, okay, after reading the data into the source, okay, so it is again giving some output for us, right? Now for that output you need to convert, I mean for that output columns you need to provide the sorted property. Okay, I mean you need to select any one of the column and make the sorting. Okay, so not to the original raw data. Okay, see, these are the raw data, guys. Okay, but you should not you cannot convert it here. Okay, you cannot choose any one of the columns for sorting. But when you go to output columns, we have an option. You go to sales order details or any one of the columns. Now can you see there is an option called sort key position? Can you see it is 0? So if you want to make that as a sort option, right, so you can just put it as a 1, guys. Okay, any column you can take and keep it as a 1. Understand? Hello?
Like partition by, if we have to do means we have to choose 2 columns, no, sir?
Yeah, correct. Okay, see, always we'll choose 1 column only. Why to sort again 2? Because sorting operation is very cost based operation. Okay, because it has to
Okay.
sort ascending or descending, right? So which is a high cost based operation. Don't select multiple columns. Yeah,
Okay,
so
sir.
two things you need to do. Go to right click on the source and go to advanced editor and go to input output columns. Select the source output and make the sorted property as true. Go to output columns, select any one of the column, make sort key position as 1. This is what you need to do in both the source level, guys. Not only one, but also in the second one source also. Go to show advanced editor, input output properties, OLDB source output, make is property as true, go to output columns, select any one of the column and make the start position as 1. So now if you do this, so what you can do is you can eliminate the sort transformation. Now you can see, you can choose one input and you can do second. Can you see that cross symbol is not came? Correct. So which means without a sort operation, we can also do the sort. Sorry, we can also do the sort in source level itself in the advanced editor. Okay, and we can directly connect that to the merge transformation. Okay, without sort, still we can perform merge transformation, but you have to apply that sorting in the advanced editor mode. Clear? Very important question indeed. Okay, when you are trying to explaining merge, for sure they will ask about sort. Okay, and without asking the next question, you go and tell this. Okay, without sort also we can do that, and you should go to advanced editor mode, go to input output properties, and in the source level make it as is property as true and choose any one column and make the sort position as 1. Clear?
Yeah, bro, the sorting in both the sources should be on same column, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. Sort key position should be same on the one, should be on the same column. Yes, correct. Next.
No, what I'm asking is in both the sources, the sorting should be done on the same similar column, right?
Yes,
Like
correct.
if we are
That's
doing
what
sales order detail.
It should be same column. Next. Okay. Now, can someone explain, the points, the whole points from top to bottom? Let me just choose a person. Lahari. So from top to bottom, like what under the prerequisite is to perform a match, and what else can be done in the match? Lahari, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. If you are getting data from 2 different sources, then we'll go for the merge or transformation. The prerequisites like we need to, we can't do for the, more than 2 sources. And
what else?
Like the data types should be, structure should be the same.
Okay.
After that, we need to sort the data. Then we'll come. I will match the. After doing sorting, we'll match the data.
Okay.
So without using the sort, also we can make it in the source level.
Okay.
We can sort the data in source level.
Okay. Yeah. So better you can write down about the merge transformation. Okay. So that will help actually. So can you make a side heading?
Question.
Yes.
So actually, while doing union all, we are select if there is no if the like headers are not same in both the sources, then we'll be using null, right?
Yes, correct.
In place of the extra source. So
correct.
In a similar way, can we do something like this in this?
In the union all, yes, we can do that. So it will
not
see
in in merge.
In merge, if the number of columns are not same.
Not same.
Okay, well,
yes,
we'll try that. Okay, Generally, it will be taking it as a null only, but let's try. So you see, from the source one, I'm getting line total, but here it is ignoring. Okay, because I'm not getting that column. Let's see what will happen. Okay, can you see it is taking as a null? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. See, generic ga em cheptamu ante definitely we required a column to map it antam. Okay, na? But if the client is saying no, in one branch I'm getting 10, but another branch I'm getting only 9, but still you go and merge it. Okay, other column you can take it as null or something. Okay, in such a case, definitely we can go and do this merge transformation. So because you can see, you can ignore it, this column. So when you're ignoring, obviously it will take it as a nulls, correct?
Sir, if the second source have extra column means it won't take, right?
In the second table, extra column.
Yeah, the line total in input 2 means it won't take, right?
In so you mean to say in the first source it will be like 10 columns, in the second source it will be 11 columns, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, it should not be the case, I think. Okay, let me just do that thing.
I think then it might be vice versa.
Just a second. Let's select these two columns up and we'll see. It's not selecting. Why? So whenever you are done some changes in the source level, for sure you need to do the mappings again. Okay, do remember it. Okay. Where I did the changes, source 1 or source 2?
Source 1.
Okay. Okay, let me just give the connections again, because for sure if you do some changes in the first source, right? I mean, in the any of the sources, you need to do the mappings again, because those changes will not come. Why it is not choosing those two other columns? Okay, it's not reading. Let's delete the merge and reconfigure it. Input 1 and then input 2. Okay, can you see now? There are two more columns came, but it has been ignored from the other input. Clear?
One more case, bro. Can I? Yeah. Now, for suppose, let's say in merge input 2, I'm having the column name line total, but line total in merge input 1 and merge input 2 are different. So then I should not map this line total in data types.
Is okay, different data types. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now you don't want to merge those two columns. Those are two different columns, you mean to say, correct?
Yes, yes. In output I should get it as two different outputs.
Okay. In such case, 1 second. So you mean to say here it should be coming as a one column. Okay. In such case, what you can do, you can ignore this one. Okay. And You can take a new column here. You can ignore this as well and take this as a unit price. Okay, just a second. Metadata.
I think the headers are missing.
What header? Okay, the
in
thing,
destination.
Source one, we have ignored row ID and modified data, right?
Metadata does not match. Okay. Ignore it. Okay, now this scenario will go. You can see here I'm from the, consider, unit price is same. Okay, I don't want to, merge both the columns into one. I have taken unit price as a separate column from the source to, and this column as separate. Let's take this one also. Can you see? Same columns I'm getting from sources, as you said, but you don't want to merge it into one column. You have to take it as a separate columns, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, now it will be done, right?
Yes.
Like this. So in such a case, you need to manually go and change it in the MEDS transformation. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
In that sense, column names can be different. We consider only data types of that column. Yes,
correct. Data types are very, very important actually in this case. Yeah, and one more thing, these things everyone used to face it. So whenever you design some package, and whenever you in between, if you manage or if you do some changes in the metadata level, metadata ante column names, correct? I mean, in the source level, if you do some modification, for sure, okay, you need to reconfigure this MEDS transformation. Okay, also 1 second. Yeah, so you need to reconnect it. Also, you need to do the changes in the merge also. You can see, because earlier, when I'm trying to reconnecting it, still my new columns are not part of the merge, correct? That's why you need to reconfigure the complete transformation, guys, for sure. When you do the meta level data changes, very, very, very important. And ekku issue face chestha untaru annamata. Okay.
Can you repeat?
Yeah. So when we develop,
Sir, can you give it as a note?
Yeah,
give it as a note so that we can write down.
Yeah, let me summarize that point and we'll note it. So when we design a package, and in between, if we do a meta level changes or source level changes, for sure you have to reconfigure the package again. Okay. Yeah. Write down about merge transformation. Make a side heading. Yeah, below that, if we need to combine two similar or different source data, similar or different source data into single result set into single result set to single result set and load it into a single table and load it into a single table and load it into single table will go for merge transformation and load it into a single table will go for merge transformation. Done? Okay, prerequisites. Prerequisites or prerequisites. First point. First point. Merge transformation can be done only for two inputs. Merge transformation can be done only for two inputs. Next, the structure between the structure and the corresponding column data types should be same between two sources. Generic guy antar gani, so even if you have a one or two columns mismatch, still we can perform it, no problem. The structure and the corresponding column data type should be same between two sources. Point. Next point. Merge transformation is required at least a sort key column merge transformation is required at least a sort key column from both the inputs. This transformation is required at least a key column, at least a sort key column from both the inputs. Next point. Next point. Without a sort transformation also, without a sort transformation also, we can sort the data without sort transformation also, we can sort the data using each sorted property, using each sorted property. Using each sorted property.
Bro, ఈ స్పెల్లింగ్ చెప్తారా? IS is లేదంటే
IS is a each sort property. Each sort property which is in advanced source advanced editor, which is in source advanced editor. Okay, next, make a note. Make a note. In any SSIS package, in any existing and petkun, in any existing SSIS package, in any existing SSIS package, if we do any meta level changes in the source level, if we do meta level changes in the source level, then we have to reconfigure the entire package again. Then we have to reconfigure the entire package again.
So reconfiguring in the sense we have to remove the data path and
this data path you need to remove. Sometimes you need to remove your transformation also. You just see whether that column came into the transformation or not. If not, then you need to remap it. Okay. That's it. That's all about your merge transformation, guys. Swati, can you make me as a host, please? You can leave the meeting and make me as a host, then you can rejoin. Arun, can you mute, please? Yep, thank you. Okay, so next transformation is union all transformation. Okay, that you need to do, okay, by your own, because it's very simple transformation. I can just show you, how it looks like. It's as like your merge transformation only, but the only thing is there it will accept more than 2 inputs. That's it. And there is another difference also. I'll give you the differences anyway. Right click, paste that, and I'll rename it. And I'll rename it as union. Okay. The thing is, so here also same case, guys. So if I'm getting the data from 2 or more sources, and that too, it can be same source or different source, that is fine. But if I need to combine all the source data into one particular table or data set and dump it into a final destination, then we'll go for union all transformation. Okay. And one more thing here, if it is a fixed number of files, for an example, okay, and fixed number of files, and if it is a 2, and I need to source the data and then finally I have to dump it, then we'll go for a merge. Okay, because here we are using a merge sort transformation to source the data, right? So if I need to sort and okay, then I need to dump the data, then we'll go for a merge transformation. Okay, but in a union all case, it doesn't require actually. Sorting is not required. Okay, it's not mandatory to do the sorting for your source data. Okay, and if it is more than 2 sources, okay, then only we'll go for union all transformation. Okay, if it can be 3, 4, 5, 6 files and all, then we'll go for union all, and the structure and the corresponding data type should be matched. And again, one more situation where exactly we'll go for a union all means if it is a fixed number of files. Okay, na fixed number of files, then we'll go for union all, guys. And always it will be 5 branches, let's say. Okay, or maybe 5 years data I need to dump always. Okay, for the next 1 year, something like that. Okay, so now in such a case, we'll go for union all. Endukante 5 files ante enti, how many sources will come? 5 sources. Okay, 5 sources will come and they will get dumped it. Okay, but if it is a dynamically changing, today 2 files, tomorrow 3, day after tomorrow 10, after that, so it will be 100 files. In such scenarios, your union all will be not useful, guys. Okay, so there is another option to read the files. Okay, if the same structure and the number of files will keep on varying, then this union all will be not useful for us. If it is a fixed number of files and it can be more than 2 inputs and the structure and the corresponding column data type is same, then only we'll go for union all transformation, and it doesn't require any sorted input. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Let me just show you an example. See, I'm just taking three tables here, totally 3 inputs. Now you see, simply you can just give the mappings. You don't need to give input 1, input 2, input 3 only. So what it will do is, whichever you have taken the first connection, right? So it will take those columns as output columns. See, input 1, input 2, input 3. Okay, it's act like your normal union all operation. Okay, so select star from this table, this table, this table. Finally, it will combine and it will send into one particular table, and it won't source any data. If you need the sorting, then what you need to do after combining? If I need this data should be sorted and go on sits into the final table.
I need to use sort transformation.
Sort transformation.
Where?
After union all.
Yes, after union all, you need to just give a connection to your sort transformation, and then finally you take any one of the column to sort the data. Okay, and this will be fixed number of files always. If it is varying, then union all is not a better option to go. Yeah. So this you can do. Take a table data and Excel data, flat file, and flat file with comma separated, flat file with delimiter file, and keep at least few rows. Okay, don't go with number of rows. Go with two rows in each and every file, and see whether it will combine and push it into one particular table or not. Understand? Yeah. Now you can tell me the difference between these two, union all, because this is very important question. Difference between merge and union all.
To perform union all, sorting is not mandatory.
Correct.
I can dump more than 2 files.
Okay.
If there is 2 files, means I can go for merge.
No, don't say dump actually. So say it as a merge.
Okay.
Yeah. We can merge more than 2 source files at a time and push it into final table. But whereas in the merge transformation, we have only 2 sources will be acceptable. Okay. And their sort is not mandatory.
Now here in union all we can merge 2 sources right now, like merge join.
That is also fine. So you can merge 2 sources.
Yeah.
More than 2.
Performance-wise, union all is good.
Performance-wise,
union
union all will be better actually, because there we are performing sort for sure, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Then what is the use of merge? We can go for union all only, no?
So for an example, if we have a sorted, if we need the sorted in from both 1 and 2, okay, in such scenarios you can go for a merge. So most probably you prefer zero merge, ఎందుకంటే whatever we can do in the merge, right? So same thing can be done in union also.
Yes.
Okay, so if it is a 2 or more than 2 also, I'll prefer union all.
What about the duplicates?
Yeah, duplicates can also be removed by using sort transformation. So you can put sort here and check in this remove duplicates. So automatically it will get removed. Okay, so whatever we can do in the merge can also be done in the union all. So that's why. So preferable case would be always like union all. Okay. These are the differences between union all and merge transformation. Okay, it's very, very simple actually. Simple transformations, I can say.
Only 2 differences, right, bro?
Yeah, correct. Only 2 differences. In terms of sources, how many sources it will accept, and then in terms of sorting, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
Input column manually we need to select in merge, right? Whereas here it will, when we are mapping, it will directly choose based on the map, the first mapping. Input columns.
Input columns?
In merge we will select, right? So 1 or 2 we need to, like, we can select, right? There is an option.
Yes,
input
correct,
1 column
correct.
or input 2 column.
Yeah, you need to select
here
it as a 1. Why? Because see, 0 means false, 1 is true. That's why. That is what your question are different.
No, difference I'm telling, like in merge we will select, right? But here in union, whatever we are doing the first mapping, it will directly take that column names, right?
Correct. There we need to provide the input 1, which is input 1, which is input 2. Now here, whichever column whichever input you are taking defaultly as the first one, it will take that columns for the final mapping.
Yes.
Sir, if we choose source advanced editor means, is there any option to eliminate duplicates?
No, we do not have that. We do not have
we can sort the data.
Yes, only we can sort the data.
Then what about duplicates, sir? If we choose that option means?
No, there it will not get eliminated because we do not have any option there to do that. So if you want to delete, remove the duplicates in the source level, choose the sort operation again. Okay. If both is required, go for a sort. If it is only one is required, only sorting is required, go for advanced editor mode.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next. So I think it is clear. Both the transform. We have covered 3 transformations totally. Merge, union, and as well as sort. Sort is very, very simple, guys. eliminating the duplicates and in the source level, and then what you can say, sorting the data in ascending or descending orders. Correct?
Yes, Anna.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, fine. See, and in the real time and all, right? So the thing is, most probably, I can say 90% will not go and design any packages. It will be always existing package in the real time. Okay, and you need to work on it. So నీకు దాన్ని చూస్తేనే అర్థం కావాలన్నమాట what exactly they are doing, and we can easily understand. And in any companies, right? They will follow one pattern actually. Okay, అంటే ఏంటి అంటే what you can say, they'll always, for any package, they'll take some particular transformations, and then they will try to do the similar kind of stuff, okay, logics, I can say, and they will try to dump the data. And whenever you need to design a package, they'll ask you to go through with that package and follow the same pattern. Okay, because why they'll use the same pattern for one particular project means everyone should understand. If we design multiple ways, okay, multiple patterns, okay, so then it is very difficult for everyone to understand those packages. Okay, na? Company to company it will be differ, but project to project I'm sure they will follow the similar pattern. Okay na? ఒక ప్యాకేజ్ ఎలా డిజైన్ చేసింటే సెకండ్ ప్యాకేజ్ కూడా సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, బట్ దట్ ఓన్లీ చేంజెస్ విల్ బి ఫైల్స్ డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంటాయి. మేబీ 1 or 2 ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్ మే ఎక్స్ట్రా, but most probably the design would be almost like 60 to 70% it will be same. Okay, and you need not to design, most probably it will get designed already. Yeah, and do not fear about if you see more transformations there. You will definitely have all the combinations, whatever I'm going to explain in going classes going forward, all the transformations and the tasks. So everything will be mixed up in the package level. Okay, but the only thing what you need to know is what exactly that task or a transformation or any component or container, what exactly it will do, that you need to know. Okay, that is very important. So flow anyway they will explain. We do have documents to explore it. Okay,
And a source file is nothing but a container.
no, source file is nothing but a the client data where it exactly have.
Here your advanced source one is taken. No?
Uh-huh.
That is nothing but container.
No, it's not container we are not yet discussed. It will be in the control flow level, so we are not yet discussed. Okay,
one small doubt, like when we are doing practices, one small doubt when we are doing practices, like I'm dumping the data from Excel to destination table. Okay, so so normally in Excel sheet, like it will be taking like for future data for destinations, right? So I'm fixing my destination to 8-bit. So for phone number I'm just fixing to integer big int. So it is taking double precision float, right? It will, so for the future data. So yeah, so I'm converting like data using data conversion. I'm converting from double float to 8-bit. So my destination also 8-bit big int. So but I'm passing a wrong value, like I'm passing there ABC. Okay, in integer type I'm passing ABC. So it has to fail, right? And data conversion should be failed, right?
it is making
but
as a
it is
null.
assigned, yeah, null. So it is like try converter, no? That is
Yes.
No, yeah, I'll tell you the thing actually. So I said 8 rows rule, but I haven't explained. Avana?
Okay.
So in a SSIS level, sorry, in terms of Excel, 99.9% it will choose based upon the future data. Okay, but some cases, అది ఏ కేసు నాకు ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా తెలియదు, but in some cases it will choose the data type based upon 8 rows rule. Okay, let me just explain that. Very important అనేది. But most of the case I have seen like it is not using that rule. Yeah, 8 rows rule ante entante 1 2 3 4 5 sorry how many rows are there total? Yeah. So what is meant by 8 rows rule means, so let's take it as a name column. Now how it will choose the data types in very minor cases means it will choose first 8 rows guys. Okay, it will choose the first 8 rows. Out of 8 rows, whichever data type having more rows. Okay, so I mean priority, it will go maximum rows. Okay, out of 8, let's say 5 rows are having argats, correct, and remaining 3 rows are having integers. So now the priority will go for
Varchar.
varchar. Okay, obviously it will be varchar. In this case, it will apply the 8 rows rule. Also, it will apply the future data type. Both will get applied. But let me go with another case. Let's say I do have a ID, and where I do have 4, 5, something like this. Now you tell me, in this case, what data type it will choose?
Integer.
Int.
Are you sure integer?
I think it throws an error.
Okay, you try this one. Okay, you try this one. And who asked this question? Srinivasa? Yeah, now where exactly your character will be? Will it be at the first row or middle row or where exactly? First line on the. And after that, what we have?
After that, it is like zeros only for that number. It is number data type.
Number data type. Oh, okay. So now in this case, so it will be a integer, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
And also, what is the future data type?
It is taking double in float, but I'm changing
it
it
will be
to
taking double precision basically, because 8 rows also it will apply, plus your what you can say 8 rows rule plus the future data type. Okay, now in this cases, sometimes instead of throwing an error, it will try to convert these characters to nulls. This will also happen actually. Okay, so in such cases, what you need to do is, okay, you need to redirect that rows. Okay, so that rows will be send it as a error rows, and you can transfer that rows to the client.
Oh, if it is we are getting error only, we can just convert right another like redirect.
No. See, it is trying to convert, but it is not able to. So that's why it is making as a null. Okay.
Okay.
So in such scenarios, if you redirect, that rows will go and see it's over there.
I think some Vinod also tried, and he was getting 0 there. It is getting dumped into.
Yeah, the thing is maybe the version depends on the version it will be. అది కూడా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది మీకు. నీ ఎక్సెల్ వర్షన్ కావచ్చు, నీ విజువల్ స్టూడియో వర్షన్ కావచ్చు. అందుకే ఏంటంటే డీలింగ్ విత్ ఎక్సెల్ ఈజ్ నాట్ వెరీ ఈజీ ఇన్ ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్. నేను చాలా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో చెప్పుంటా, ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఆస్కింగ్ వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డిఫికల్టీస్ యూఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ విత్ ఎక్సెల్ మీన్స్ డీలింగ్ విత్ ఎక్సెల్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్. ఓకేనా, మళ్ళీ దాంట్లో ఆ సినారియోనా ఈ సినారియో అట్లంతా ఏం లేదు, because it will act in a different ways. We cannot predict actually. Okay, sorry. So you can tell these kind of reasons to the interview when they're asking what kind of issues will you face when you're actually working on the Excel. Yeah. Okay, so let's go with another transformation. Okay, and which is again a bit simple transformation. Let's take the new package. I'll go with aggregate transformation. The aggregate use Seru because it's a very high cost based transformation, but maybe if it is required, we'll go for it. Yeah, and I'll show you. And source, I'll take it as a OLDB source because for me it is very easy to configure. DB source. See, these transformations are very, very simple transformation. Okay, so in one day you can finish off everything. Not the details. Okay, fine. Now, what exactly I need in this table in the okay, let me just execute it. Yeah. Now you can see in each order. Okay, so for there is a same order. Okay, and under one order there will be different order detailed ID and some prices are there. Correct. Now this is a detailed information. Yes or no? Huh? Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Now this detailed ID, this detailed data they are giving for us, and what they want is while dumping the data, don't transfer the exact amount of data. What you need to do is you give me, sum of order quantity. I mean, the total. See, in if you take 43515 let me put it in the Excel. Let's say. And I'll take only one ID. Now you see what they're asking is, okay, you try to dump, okay, into the table the aggregated data, which means for this one, if you take the overall quantity, it will be 26, correct? You can see 26 here, correct? And you also dump the sum of unit price, also sum of your line total. Understand?
Yes or no?
So they are giving the detailed data. They want us to, aggregate the data. That aggregated data has to be sent into the final table, guys, not the detailed data. In such scenarios, see, generally what we will do is we will keep the complete detailed information at table level and we'll write a query, select group by these things will write. But if the client is required the aggregated data directly in the table itself, then we can aggregate in SSIS level. Are you clear? What is the requirement?
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So then drag the aggregated transformation, which is there in the data flow task. See, for every case, I am taking data flow task because source transformation means definitely you should go for aggregate, data flow task. So now you see there are many options. See, it is giving star and all the columns here. So now what columns I require? Tell me. I required a sales order ID, correct? And I also required order quantity
Order
and
quantity.
then unit price
Unit.
and line total, correct? Only 4 columns are required. Now you tell me, I need, as I said, I need sum of order quantity, sum of unit price, also sum of line total or average of line total, let's say. Okay. Now, when you apply aggregate on top of this and this and this, what should I should go and apply on top of sales order ID? See, I need these 4 columns in my select class. But here, these 3 columns, I should go and apply an aggregate function, either some average, whatever it is. Then what should we where exactly this column should go under?
Group by.
Group. So it should go under group by class, no? Because it is a non-aggregated column. Yeah. The same rule you should follow in SSIS as well. Okay, see. So sales order ID, there is a group by class automatically it is being taken. So there are many options. Okay, see count, distinct, sum, average, many things. Now the only thing what you need to remember here is which columns we need to apply what aggregation mode. Okay, so see order quantity, what we decided, go for a sum, correct?
Sum, yes.
Line total, let's make it as an average. Okay, so now what you can do, once you click on OK and take any derived column or data conversion, anything you can take just to see the aggregated data. Enable data viewer. Now you will get the source details data from source, and then it will get aggregated, and see it is showing the aggregated final 26 order quantity, and then this is the sum and this is the average. Okay, now you can dump this data into the final table. Now, whenever they required, do I need to do the aggregation?
No.
For reporting, do I need to do the aggregation?
No.
Not required, right? Directly, I can write a select star from that table and I can show it in the reporting level. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, there one thing you need to remember is in the aggregation level, I mean the aggregate transformation. See, can you tell me on top of integer column, what and all the operation you can perform? In SQL level, you can tell me. Integer column మీద ఏమేం operation perform చేయొచ్చు in terms of aggregations. Can I perform some?
Average.
Some
Average.
Max. Min.
Max, min.
Min.
Average.
Average.
Count.
Average.
Count also I can perform, right?
Count also we can.
Yes.
What about group by?
Non.
Can we perform group by on top of ID column or not?
Yes,
Yes,
no.
we can
You
perform.
can perform. Okay, you can see
Yes,
all the
yes.
operations are there. Group by, count distinct also I have said. So if at all there is a duplicated rows in a table, if I want to count the distinct, so then select count distinct from column name from table name. I said
Yes,
this
sir.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
all the options are available on top of integer columns, guys. Integer, float, anything you can take. So this can be possible. But if I take a character column, do you have a character column in this? Okay, row guide ID. Row guide ID, yes. See, you tell me in character column, can I do a sum? Is it possible
No.
to do a sum?
No.
Sum, average, min, max, is it possible to do?
No, sir.
No. What about
No.
group by?
Yes,
can-
we can
We
do.
can do.
What about count distinct?
We can do.
No.
We can.
We
We
can
can,
do.
no?
Some
Count we
count
can perform,
that
right?
is. Yes, yes, we
So
can
that's
do.
what, see, only two options are available here. Okay. See, character column aithe, we cannot do aggregations. We can do only group by and count. But if it is a float, integer, decimal, numeric and all, we can perform all these operations. See, whatever it is present, everything can be used. And then another option is you go for a date. Can you tell me on top of date column what and all the operations can be performed? Can I perform
Yes.
group by?
Group by.
Group by,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, sir. Count.
Max
Count.
we can do.
Count of star. We can go for max also, no? Min of date,
Yes,
max
sir.
of date.
Max.
Yes.
Yes, we can do.
Group by, count or distinct, and minimum maximum. All options are there. Okay.
But average we can't do, right, Anna?
No, see, how will you do
Average
the
we
average
can't
for
do.
a date?
Yes, Anna,
Not
we
possible.
can't do.
Yeah, so that's why. Only for integer decimals begins, we can do that, all the operations. For varchars, only group by and count. And for dates, group by, count, and minimum maximum. Okay, so these are the minimal operations we can do, depends on the data types, guys. Okay, so you need to remember this. And there is something called star. Star means what you can do generally?
Total column. All
Total
columns.
columns number.
Only count of star. Ante kada?
Yes, sir.
The count of all you can do, not any other operations. Okay, so depends on the data type, your number, the operations will get differ, guys. Are you clear?
Yes, Anna.
That's it. And must and should, you should select some operations here, mandatory. That's all about aggregate. See, very, very simple, no? Hello?
Yes, Anna.
Any doubts? You can ask. Okay, now you can also use, see, I gave separate transformations, right? For an example, in merge, I want to merge both the data. Now I need to aggregate, that aggregate should go and sits in the final table. Then what you need to do, tell me?
After merge, we need to go for
Yes,
aggregate.
after merge, use the aggregate function, and then you merge the data. Then
Destination.
after aggregating, if I need to sort, then use the sort
We can
transformation
use
there.
sort.
Yes, then
Yes.
dump the data, final data. So that is how you
Yes,
need to
sir.
analyze. Okay, That is how your packages will be. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. చాలా ఇంకో రెండు చెప్పానా? హలో, అర్థం కాల.
కంటిన్యూ చేయండి.
కంటిన్యూ చేసానా? ఓకే. I'll go for one more transformation. That is more than enough, so that we can finish off totally 5 for today. 5 kada totally?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next multicast. Inka easy. Okay. So let me show you. పర్పస్ తెలుసుకుంటే చాలండి ఇవన్నీ, ఎందుకంటే మోస్ట్లీ ఎక్కువ యూస్ చేయము. మల్టీకాస్ట్ ఇది కూడా మీకు హోంవర్కే, మీరే చేయాలి. ఓకే, లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ మల్టీకాస్ట్. నేను డిజైన్ ఇస్తాను, మీరు చేయండి. ఓకే. సో let's take, I'm taking a DB table data. Okay. Now we will take multicast immediately. You need not to convert anything, and no conversion, nothing is required. Immediately I'm taking multicast. Okay. Multicast. General casting ante enti?
Converting one data type to
Oh, wait, not that casting. Mobile నుంచి టీవీకి casting ఇస్తా ఉంటారు తెలుసా?
Mirroring.
Yes.
So whatever you are getting the input, I mean output in the mobile, the same thing we are mirroring into your what you can say
TV.
in a TV level. Avuna?
TV.
Maybe if it is a smart mobile, in the when you open the notification, there we have some option called cast. Okay.
Yes.
So whatever you are getting in the mobile, the same thing you can able to casting to your TV also. Same exact output. Avuna? So here also same case. Okay na? Same purpose. If I have the table data and I need the same data to be transferred into multiple destinations. Same data, multiple destinations ante, for an example, I have totally 10 dBs. Total ga 10 dBs unnai. Okay. And source file, you can take DB table or you can take Excel, anything. Okay. Now one Excel file has to go and dump it into 10 dBs guys separately. 10 dBs lo same table untundi. In 10 dBs, same table will be exist, and all the dBs table, it has to go the same file information. Clear the requirement?
Sources different or not, destination source different or no? Okay, Nama.
Different means, yeah, it can be different. It can be DB, it can be Excel, it can be any flat file, anything is fine, no problem. Okay. 325. Okay, fine. Now let's say I need to dump it into one of the DB table. This is 1 dB, 2nd dB, 3rd dB, 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay. Now you can also consider here it is, this is DB1, DB2, and let's say this is a Oracle database. Okay, for an example. Now I'll put it as OORD, Oracle DB, sorry, ODB, Oracle DB. Yeah, and this is one more DB, ODB. Is, let's say again DB3. So likewise. Okay. Now one file data I have to transfer into different databases, but wherein I have I have the same table. Yeah. In such a case, okay. So I cannot build 10 packages. No. One source, one destination. One source, one destination. Maintenance will be very high. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of that, so I can go for a multicast. The main purpose is that if I want to transfer the source file data completely into multiple destinations, more than one destination, let's say. Okay, if I want to transfer the source data into multiple destinations, that to complete 100% data. It won't, eliminate, or it won't, the name antaru, panche the name antaru.
Distribute.
Yeah, it won't distribute any number of records to the destinations. Okay, it will completely, whatever we are getting from the source level, let's say 100 records I'm getting, then each for each destination, all 100 records will be gone. Okay, it will not distribute 10 records. It will distribute complete 100 records for each and every destination. That's the purpose of your multicast. Okay, and there is no restriction at all. You can distribute for 100 destination tables. All you can also distribute to let's say I'm getting a Excel file. No, you can also distribute to flat file also. That is also possible, guys. Flat file. That too, if you need a CSV file or comma separated, sorry, you need a what you can say, semicolon or any delimiter file, still you can able to do that. Okay, but the only thing is, what is the source and destination? We have to take it here. If it is a flat file,
One source.
no, source is what? In
Source
this
is an Excel file or a DB file.
Yeah, source is an Excel file or a DB file, but your destination is what?
DB.
Yeah, here are all DBs. Here are all DBs. When it comes to the last file, the final destination is flat file. Okay, so when it is a flat file destination, so what you need to do is, see, there is a flat file destination is there. See, you have to configure a file name so that automatically it will go on the inserts. So last time we have configured the error file, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in the similar manner, you go and do that. If you want to overwrite it, there is an option to check in. So if you want to increment the data, don't overwrite the file. Okay, so likewise, so any source data we can able to distribute 100% to each and every destinations without any limitations.
Sir, hello. Sir, in the DB tables, it is basically a source file, Excel file or flat file, anything, right? If you do multicast, the same Excel file will be dumped to all the 10 different databases. How can the last file be a flat file?
No, I'm just taking an example. That's fine.
Okay, if that is a flat file, then
your voice is breaking. Come again.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పారు కదా సార్, ఇప్పుడు DB టేబుల్లో మన ఎక్సెల్ సోర్స్ అని పెట్టుకుంటే మల్టీకాస్ట్ చేస్తే అన్ని DB1 నుంచి DB10 వరకు ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్స్ లో ఉంటుంది కదా సార్?
నో, ఎక్సెల్ డేటా అని టేబుల్ లోకి డంప్ చేస్తున్నాం. 10 డేటాబేస్
ఎక్సెల్ డేటా కంప్లీట్ ఎక్సెల్ డేటా ఏముంటుందో ఈ 10 డేటాబేసెస్ లో 10 డిఫరెంట్ డేటాబేసెస్ డంప్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్?
yes, exactly.
ఇప్పుడు అదే సోర్స్ ఏమైనా ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ ఉంటే, ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ డేటా either can be CSV or pipe the delimiter, that data will be dumped to all the DB
exactly
tables, right?
yes.
That's it, right?
Correct. Yes, because maybe you can take a scenario that, so maybe you can take the GST rates itself. Okay, see, I am handling totally 10 clients, okay, wherein my GST rates are same for all the clients. Okay, and wherein we are maintaining in different databases.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they want us to maintain that GST rates in a separate table without creating any synonyms and all. In such a cases, so I can go and use this, right, instead of creating 10 packages separately.
Yes.
Yeah, in such cases we'll go for this multicast.
Okay.
Yeah, so flat file, I have given example saying that not only for DBs but also for another destination files also we can dump. Okay. Yeah, even DB table to flat file is possible, and DB table to Excel is possible. Anything is possible. Okay. But the only thing what you need to remember is very important. And if your Excel file is a destination file, if the destination file is Excel file, okay, if the destination file is Excel file, for sure you need to convert all the data types into Unicode strings. It is mandatory. Okay, because your Excel will always what? It will choose it as a future data type, right? That's why whether it is a double precision or a date, whatever it is from the input. Okay, but before configuring into Excel destination, for sure you need to convert each and every data type into Unicode string for sure. Okay, and also before configuring Excel, you need to keep the headers in the destination file. That is also there. Okay, na? So see, however you are creating a table, no, destination table. In the same manner, create a Excel file and make sure it is an XLS file and keep the headers and close the file. Okay, and then after you can map it according to your destination columns. So source and destination columns. Then it will go and dump it. But for flat file, it is not required. Flat file key, don't keep any headers in the flat file. Just you give a file name. That's it. Automatically, it will get dumped. Okay, only for Excel we need to do manually. Okay, you try this. So let me know, because ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కటి నేనే చెప్తా ఉంటే most probably people are not writing anything. Okay, they are not doing anything. Okay, these are very simple transformation. That's why I'm doing it as a homework. Okay, you try it, and if you'll get any errors, you ping me at any time. So I'll get connect to the Zoom and I'll try to resolve it. Clear? Any doubts in the multicast? Very simple actually. Okay, no questions. Okay, then you can take down the navigations by seeing the video. Okay, but anyway, so before going to that, you need to do the multicast and then union of remaining things I have already explained. Okay, so that you can take the notes for each and every transformation by creating the package. Okay, very simple and the package the vishayam em kaadu. Okay, yeah, so I think very small things are done. Okay, the transformations from tomorrow we'll catch up with very big transformations, that is conditional split and lookup and SCD. These are all little bit big transformations. So there are 4 transformations are pending actually, so we'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, and as I said, today we have a evening session, right? Okay, so I said 8 to 10. Who need 7 o'clock? How many people? At least 7:30. ఒకరు మాత్రం 7 పెట్టమన్నారు, కావ్య అనుకుంటా.
Yes, we know. 7 to 9.
ఏమండి ఈరోజు ఆఫీస్ ఉందా?
Not also.
ఓ పాప ఉన్నారా? I thought to take 7 to 10 actually. ఎందుకంటే అది టైం సరిపోదు యాక్చువల్ గా. నేను మాట్లాడుతూనే ఉంటా వాటి గురించి, ఆల్ ద పేరోల్ డీటెయిల్. యా 3 hours. అది 3 hours మీకే అసలు తెలీదు, అంత ఫాస్ట్ గా అయిపోతుంది అది. బికాస్ ఇట్స్ నాన్ రిలేటెడ్, సబ్జెక్ట్ రిలేటెడ్ కాదు కదా, ఆబ్వియస్ గా ఏంటంటే ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా ఉంటుంది అనమాట అది. ఓకే, ఐ థాట్ టు గో విత్ 7 to 9 or at least 7:30 to 9. Is it fine? 9 కాదు, 7:30 to 9 అంటే how much time? 8:30, 9? No. No. Sorry, 7:30 to most probably 10 అనుకుంటా. కొంచెం అటు ఇటుగా అవుతుందండి, 2.5 hours తీసుకుంటా. Is it fine for everyone?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I want everyone to join. ఎందుకు అంటే as I already told you, nobody will tell you all those stuff outside. మీకు ఎవరు చెప్పరండి అవన్నీ. ఓకేనా, అంత ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనమాట అవి. యా, I'll record it if someone will miss, but still I want you to be in the live. ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ క్వశ్చన్స్ నువ్వు అడగచ్చు బాగా. Okay, and usually I used to discuss these things at the end of the course. Okay, but just for completing the things bit earlier, so I just want to take it extra classes. But meeki the advantage endukante if you have any doubts in between, Okay, regarding that you can ask. వాళ్ళకైతే ఛాన్స్ లేదు, ఎందుకంటే ఆఫ్టర్ ద క్లాస్ there won't be the communication between us, right, everyone. So 1-to-1 అయితే అడుగుతా ఉండేవాళ్ళు, బట్ now you have a option, like if I complete 2 to 3 days all those stuff, next remaining days will be there, right, we'll be going with SSIS. So meanwhile if you have any questions you can ask, ఏ డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా అడగచ్చు అన్నమాట. Okay, but you can come up with the questions whatever you have, which is related to completely related to the project explanation పక్కన పెట్టండి. Apart from that మీకు teams లో ఎలా ఉంటాయి, నెక్స్ట్ డైలీ కాల్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, how to take the what you can say requirements, okay, and timelines, and then how you need to act with your team members within the 3 months, first 3 months, okay. Then permanent positions, contract positions, PF related queries, okay, payrolls, okay, client locations. So all this stuff I'm going to explain. Okay na, we'll take one by one. Okay na, malli Naukri lo resume pedte ela calls vastayi enti, how you need to schedule the calls, okay, all this information we'll discuss about it, okay, today. Yeah, clear? And whatever questions you have, okay na, you have to ask. I want everyone to ask. మీరు సైలెంట్ గా ఉన్నారంటే సీరియస్ గా వచ్చి కొట్టేస్తాను. ఓకేనా, చాలా మంది అదే పనికి చెప్తా ఉన్నా కూడా ఎందుకో తెలియట్లేదు, సైలెంట్ గా ఉన్నారు. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ అట్లీస్ట్ 5 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఈచ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ యూ. ఓకే, మీకు ఏం క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నా రాసుకోండి అండ్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు మీ. క్లియర్?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, sir. Then we'll meet at 7:30. Okay. So you no need to write anything there, but you need to listen carefully what exactly I'm trying to say.
బ్రో ఒక డౌట్ ఉంది.
ఎస్,
అప్పుడే శ్రీనివాస్ చెప్పారు కదా, ఫోన్ నంబర్ బిగింట్ ఇస్తాము, తర్వాత డేటా డంప్ చేసేటప్పుడు అంటే ఏమి ఎర్రర్ రాకుండా డైరెక్ట్ గా సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అయింది, నల్ వాల్యూస్ అసైన్ చేస్తుంది, లేదంటే జీరోస్ ఇస్తుంది. సో అలాంటి టైంలో ఎర్రర్ ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం బ్రో?
అలాంటి టైంలో ఏం చేయాలి అంటే కండిషనల్ స్ప్లిట్ అనేది రేపు చెప్తాను. సో ఒకవేళ మనకి అలాంటి డౌట్స్ ఏదైనా ఉంటే, సో డెఫినెట్లీ క్లయింట్ విల్ గివ్ అస్ సమ్ వ్యాలిడేషన్స్. ఓకేనా, కొన్ని వ్యాలిడేషన్ అంటే ఈ కాలం మీద నువ్వు ఈ కండిషన్ పెట్టు అని ముందుగానే చెప్తాడు మనకి. ఓకే, సో అక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఏదైనా ఇప్పుడు అది కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోయి నల్ చేసేసింది, బేసిక్గా అది ఎర్రర్ కదా, but it is not giving it as an error. So what you can do by using conditional split, we can eliminate that null values, sorry, we can redirect that null values separately by writing an expression.
అంటే నల్ వాల్యూస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మాత్రమేనా, లేదంటే
నల్ వాల్యూసే కాదు, కన్వర్షన్ మామూలుగా అవ్వాలా, బేసిక్ గా కన్వర్షన్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతేనే మనం రీడైరెక్ట్ రో చేయగలం. ఓకే, సో మీరు రీడైరెక్ట్ రో చేసి చూసారా?
అంటే
రీడైరెక్ట్ రో అయితే వస్తుంది.
రీడైరెక్ట్ లో వస్తే యు నో నీడ్ టు గో ఫర్ కండిషనల్ స్ప్లిట్.
ఎర్రరే రావట్లేదన్న, డైరెక్ట్ గా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోతుంది కదా
రీడైరెక్ట్. అదే చెప్తా ఉన్నా, కొన్ని కేసెస్ లో ఏంటి అంటే అది డైరెక్ట్ గా నల్ వాల్యూ చేసేసి తీసుకొని డంప్ చేసేస్తుంది అనమాట. కొన్ని కేసెస్ లో అది ఒకవేళ నువ్వు ఇంటి పెట్టి చూడు, నాకు తెలిసి కన్వర్ట్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. బిగింట్ సైజ్ ఎక్కువ కాబట్టి మేబీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రైంగ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ నల్, బట్ కెన్ యూ పుట్ ద ఇంట్ అండ్ ట్రై?
ఏమంటే నల్ వాల్యూ శ్రీనివాస్ కి వచ్చింది, మాకైతే అంటే నాకు పాల్గొనకి జీరోస్ వచ్చాయి.
జీరోస్? అది నీ ఎక్సెల్, అదే నీ ఎక్సెల్ బేస్డ్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. అది ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఒక్కొక్కలాగా యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట.
అదే వెంకటేష్ చెప్పినాడు, బాగుంది
అన్న. ఇంట్ పెడితే జీరోస్ వస్తున్నాయి అన్న,
బిగింట్ పెడితే
నల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి.
నల్స్ వస్తున్నాయా? ఈవెన్ ఫర్ బోత్ గైస్ ఆర్ అందరికి అలానే వస్తుంది?
అంటే నాకైతే అలానే వచ్చింది. ఇంట్ పెడితే
someone else also try this?
నాకు ఎర్రర్ డేటా రాదు, ఎర్రర్ డేటా కాంబినేషన్ లో పెట్టినా.
రీడైరెక్ట్ చేస్తుంటే మాత్రం వర్క్ అవుతుంది అన్న. ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా రన్ చేసేసి రీడైరెక్ట్ లేకుండా రన్ చేస్తారంటే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతున్నాయి, కానీ నల్స్ జీరోస్ వచ్చేస్తుంది.
నల్స్ జీరోస్ వచ్చేస్తున్నాయా? జీరోస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు
రీడైరెక్ట్ చేస్తే మాత్రం ఆ 2 rows మాత్రం
పోతుందా ఎర్రర్ లోకి?
రాదు. జీరోస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ రోలో ఎర్రర్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది.
Okay. So if it is going through to error rows, then it is fine. బట్ కన్వర్టింగ్ ఇంటూ జీరోస్ ఆర్ నల్స్ ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ది వర్జన్స్ అనమాట ఒక్కొక్కసారి. సో దట్స్ ఫైన్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. అది యూజువల్ గా జరుగుతుంది, ఏం కాదు. ఓకేనా? బట్ మనకి ముందుగానే వాళ్ళు వాలిడేషన్స్ ఏ కాలం మీద పెట్టాలని చెప్పేస్తారు ముందుగానే. ఓకే ఓకే, దెన్ విల్ మీట్ అట్ 7:30. ఓకే.
Anna.
Yes.
Anna, I'm getting some error Anna while doing deployment. It's about last class.
What error?
Actually అక్కడ పాత్ చూపిస్తుంది అన్న, కానీ బ్యాకప్ ఫైల్ ఉన్నట్టు, కానీ అక్కడ SSIS DB ఫైల్ ఏం లేదన్న.
ఉంటుంది చూడము, ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంది.
లేదన్నా, చెక్ చేసాం. ఐ ఆస్క్ సౌందర్య
అంటే SSIS DB ఉంది అని చెప్తుందా?
బ్యాకప్ ఫైల్ ఉన్నట్టు చూపిస్తుంది.
బ్యాకప్ ఫైల్ ఉన్నట్టు చూపిస్తుందా? స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయగలవా ఇప్పుడు?
ఓకే.